Hi guys, welcome back on my channel. Dorota Palicka, International Nail Artist and Educator here, and today we are going to learn how to do a beautiful Christmas French. It is going to be red in color with a little bit of the fur. You can have a wee preview in here. Yes, so another Christmas tutorial, and I hope you would really enjoy it. I'm actually off to the cinema with the cameraman and then for some dinner, so a little bit glam up, but I hope you will really enjoy it watching this tutorial. I'm going to run away. Bye! So I'm just going to show you, even if you're working on the finger, I will going to show you like a proper step-by-step how I'm kind of recreating those designs. So when my client comes in, I would sanitize their hands. And then before I start doing anything, I will take a blue scrub, which is a nail dehydrator. And I would remove any oils from their nail plate. They might have some oils or some bits and pieces, and I don't want to rub them into the nail plate. And then push back the cuticles. So quite nice and firm, but not too strong. And then when I'm starting working, the file will be brand new, and one side is 180 grit and one side is 100 grit. 100 grit I will be using for more for like reshaping or removing the bulk of the product, and 180 for etching the surface of the natural nail plate. But when the file is brand new, it has such as rough edges that you could easily cut the skin. So to be able to file quicker, what I'm doing, I don't like this noise, my teeth go really sore, but I'm just going to remove the corners, like all those sharp edges, and you can see how much stuff has came out from those file. So we have removed all those rough edges, and then using the 180 side, and that's the side with the label, I would start scratching the surface of the natural nail plate. So the entire nail has to be really nicely scratched. You can go like this. I quite like to do this movement as well because I can get it very close to the cuticle, like nice and close to the cuticle. Now excuse, this is an fake finger, so she's missing a little bit of the side walls, so the nail will look funny, but I will shape it really nice at the end. Okay, and then once I do this part, I go around to check if there is any lighting going on, and if there is any lighting going on, I would just touch up even more. Then remove the dust and take again the nail dehydrator, because during the filing there could be a time when we have touched the nail. Okay, obviously they will be very excessive cuticle up to here. We will have to even remove it before we start moving into the next step. After that, I would apply an extra nail dehydrator, so on the entire nail, and then it's the time to apply the forms. So if I will be working with the tips, I would wait for it to dry and stick the tip in, and I'm actually going to guys show you as well, because in the salon I work quite a lot with the tips. For sculpting, I would just go straight into the form application. So I would pull the sticker. There's a really detailed video on how to apply the forms as well on my channel. Actually, in general, if you if this is one of the first videos you are seeing, there's lots of tutorials. Like I think it will be around 300.
Yeah, something like that.
Around 300 tutorials, guys, and they are tutorials where I'm showing like step by step on the beginning how to apply the forms, how to sculpt the nails on the clients, how to apply the tips, lots of different types of designs, like everything. And in each video I would say different kind of things, like I would tell you about the apex placement and a structure. I mean, obviously in one video it's impossible to cover everything, and I do refer you to the other videos too. So I've got my form prepared, and I have cut out the size of the finger, and then I'm going to roll it in between my fingers, and I always roll it in between my fingers. Like in a salon, it is really rare I would pinch the nails. On myself, I always pinch the nails, and then if someone requests the sculpted nails, then I would pinch it as well. And then this way I can apply the form. I always hide the client view, and then once the form is in the middle, I can start closing this form. Like I want the form to come out nice and straight. Even a little bit up. And this is my perfect form placement. Like I really like those kind of shaped nails. Like I don't know, I really don't like when the form comes down too much, and because I feel later on when the nails grow and they grow down a little bit as well, this just doesn't look nice. Okay, really decent pinch with my fingers. And if we pinch the form this way, we don't have to necessarily pinch it. So I wanted to show you the side view and the front view, okay? And then once I'm happy with it, almost, I'm never happy, I can move on into the next step. During the form application, it could happen that we have touched the nail, and it is good to dehydrate it again. So I'm just dehydrating it again. I'm not happy with this form placement. I'm fussy, cameraman. I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are.
And then universal air bond. And universal air bond is a fab stuff because you can use it on both gels and acrylics as well. So I'm just applying it on the entire nail, wait for it to dry, and then we can move on into sculpting. And we will be doing a red French. I mean, you have seen this preview on the beginning of the tutorial. I think it's so kind of easy nail to do it. That's everyone will want to kind of recreate it, and you would use the same technique for a normal French. So I'm going to use the light rose fiber gel. And this is one of my favorite colors because it's very delicate, like, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, so for sculpting, I will apply nice and thin layer through the entire nail plate. Nice and thin layer on the entire nail. Okay, and the reason why I'm applying those thin layer is that the next layer of the gel is going to, first of all, sticken better, and then I've got more control over a little product. It is not going to run and flood my cuticles. So this is a good tip, guys, for you, like just a little bit of product. And now we need to extend those free edge. Okay, so just going to the side, this is going to be a nice coffin shape, not overly too long. One side, other side. Okay, tidy up those sides. And at my joint place, I always tend to leave a little bit more product. She says not long, and then she does huge nail. Okay, now quickly pop it inside the lamp. And I need to find a clever way how I can hold my finger so it is not going to roll. Actually, it's funny because as you guys know me, I'm the gel nail tech, and on the clients I prefer working with the gel, and so does on myself. But actually on those practicing finger, I much prefer acrylics because curing the gel on those fingers is going to be a nightmare. Okay, I have to hold it. I'm just going to hold it each time when it is going to cure. I don't want the gel to run into one side. And we are going to use the French. We are going to do the French, and of course, because this is a Christmassy nails, we are going to use the Color Plus gels. Actually, I might tell you a little bit about them as well when my nail is curing. So the Color Plus gels comes in 3 basic colors, plus your black. So this is a black and a white, okay? And with only those colors, those 5 colors, we can create any color you wish. So we could create orange by mixing those 2. We could create pink by mixing those 2. We could create purple by mixing this 2, light purple by mixing this, and then dark purple by mixing this. Green, turquoise, any kind of colors. Like honestly, this is so fantastic. So only with 5 gels you can do any color of the baby boomer, any color of the French, and they're so highly pigmented. that if you're struggling with the baby boomers or fades, this is the best solution. Like, there is no way you could do it a nice baby boomer with the gel polish, but you could easily do it with the Color Plus gels. And on top of that, this one is great for sugaring and for the designs, and this one will take your chromes and foils, designs, gels as well. So like, this is my must-have set, and I can create any kind of nails, like absolutely anything. But anyway, that's enough of the marketing part. Sorry, but I thought it is like really interesting, like, because I love them. And now we are going to sculpt the structure of our nail. Because we went for like a really extreme length, I might not be able to do it in a one go. But first of all, what I'm doing, also look, I wanted to say, also look how my brush is nice and clean. I usually try to pick up the product on the one side of the brush and keep the other side clean, okay? And then we are going to apply the second layer, okay? So with this second layer, if there is any imperfection, you could see it, there was imperfection in there. I can really touch it up. I can really work nice and neat around my cuticle area. And because I've got so little product, as I say before, it is so easy to control this product. Okay, so through the entire nail, nice and thin layer. Smooth everything out. And now we are going, with these two layers, I will have enough product around my cuticle area and enough product at my free edge at the hairline. And now I'm going to pick up a huge scoop of the product and then quickly put it inside the lamp. So with the gels, because they're so warm, what I'm going to do it, I'm not going to have a time to do it later. I need to take this finger out a little bit. Hope it doesn't disturb the view. And actually, I want to show you the side view as well. Because what we need to do, I don't want any more product around the cuticle area, and I don't want too much at the side. I want to place all my products starting from this place, and all my products has to go here, more to the middle. Because by the time I pull it, my product is going to self-level and just go into the right place. And that's why I love the gel, because I don't need to push this product. I just slap it on and the product works for me. So the client nails always needs to be directed down the way. I wouldn't hold client's nails this way, because then everything will run through the cuticle, or you don't hold it to the one side either. So down the way, and then pick up a huge scoop of the product on the one side of the brush, and we are going to build up the apex. I'm trying to explain it now, because when I will be working, there is no time for explanations. And then holding my product, so I'm not going to push it down. If I push it down, I will make holes. If I don't press enough, I'm not going to be able to drag it. So I'm going to keep contact constantly with my brush, because if I don't, then I will introduce some air bubbles. So contact with my brush, and I'm working one side, other side. But at the same time, look at the angle of my brush. It is a little bit angled, so I will be able to drag my product down the way. Once I've got the product there, I don't go back with my brush, because then I would introduce more air bubbles as well. So the only options for it to work is one side, other side, one side, other side, one side, other side, till I reach the free edge. Clean the brush, and then if it's necessary, I can tidy up other bits and pieces. Okay, so now you can watch me doing it in the practice. So I need to pick up a huge scoop of the product, very warm in here, so I need to work very fast. Wait for my product to kind of set nicer on my brush. Place it in the middle, and now working all the way down. Only in the middle. Okay, clean my brush, and now if it's needed, I can touch it up. But that's it, my product start running. I cannot touch it up anymore, but look how nice the nail is getting itself. Cook it quickly inside the lamp. Okay, again, I need to hold my beautiful model. And actually, I hope you have guys seen me doing tutorials many times, and what I find that sometimes when I'm talking, it is so difficult to concentrate on what I'm doing. So I thought in this tutorial, I'm going to explain what I'm going to do and why, and then do it on the nail, so I've got a better shape of the nail, if that makes sense, because doing two things at the same time is more difficult. But but let me, now the product is freeze, so I can show you again the shape of it. I need to still fully cure it. But because we have done so long nail, like on my nails, that will be probably perfect enough. I don't like too much product. On the client nail, just so they are stronger enough, I'm going to just add it 2-3 touches more of the product. So you take a small scoop, and I didn't want to do it beforehand because then the gel could really run. Okay, so tiny bit of the product, just to fill up those wee missing pieces. And then we can gently apply it all over, just to smooth it out. So we will have less filing and the structure will be stronger as well. Pop it inside the lamp. Okay, and after it is going to be cured, just a flash cured, what we can do is take a brush and just search for any other places. Just because the length was pretty long, we can just take a tiny bit of the product on our brush and just touch up on any other places we feel we maybe miss. Yeah, I've got in here. We might miss a little bit of the product. And this is the easiest way to do it. Like if you would put too much product at once, then it might run too much and you would lose really lots of control over it. So I do not recommend that, especially for the longer nails. For shorter nails, we will be able to probably do it in a 2 goes. So nice and thin layer, apex, and that's it, finished. Sometimes if I will be doing my nails, I could also give them a little bit of pinch, and then I will be using a pinching clamp, but we are not going to pinch this nail to show you as well that you can create a nice and beautiful nails without of pinching. So just a couple seconds longer, and then my nail is going to be cured, and then we can shape it. So I'm shaping, like, take away your brushes just so they don't get dirty. Perfect. Okay, so I'm taking the tiny bit of the UV cleanser, pull the form down, remove it, and then remove the inhibition layer of the gel. And now we can start shaping the nails. So first of all, I want to shape the side. So I'm using 100 grit and I'm going to file the side of the nail. Just a little bit, leave it. Other side, just a little bit. And we're going into this kind of V shape because we want to build up a coffin shape nail. Clean it. And I always like to clean it and check it what I'm doing. Just going to remove the tape. And the reason why I've got the tape is otherwise the form might just come off from the nail, and I really don't want that. Okay, so nice V shape and nice V shape. Then shorten the free edge, so hold the client nail. Check the thickness of the nail. And you can already see how much nicer this nail is looking. And now I need to blend everything around the cuticle area. And we are going to bring it up a little bit. The coffin shape nails really like this movement. And again, I will clean it so you can see it where I'm filing. Okay, I still didn't file even this part. This is actually a perfect way to learn how to file the nails. Okay, so this movement and this movement is my favorite one for coffin shape. Check the hair view. Hairline, to be precise. Okay, and now I'm going just to smooth it all nail. So a little bit smoother. I like my end to be really nice and thin, so I'm thinning it out. I don't want a bulk of the nail. And if you have watched tutorial on those nails, I have opened up my thumb. So if I would cut this nail here, it will have lots of product inside. So even if the nails look nice and slim, they really got lots of product inside. And there is a reason for that as well. I'll just check how it looks on the back. Nice. Okay, and I could fall in love with this nail for another hour and keep filing till I'm really happy. Just let it make it more coffin. Each time when we shorten the nail or we take something from the sides, we need to thin this out. Okay, and that's enough. I'm not going to file anymore. So you can see there are some places which I even didn't file at all. And now I'm going to take the buffer and I'm just going to smooth this nail out. I mean smooth, it's not smooth, it's still having the scratches, so the next layer of the gel is going to stick in very nice into that. Again, I love this movement because it's making the nails much more nicer and more beautiful. Okay, check the shape of it, and then once you're happy, we can start doing the French. And also there is a reason why I prefer doing a French this way. First of all, when the client comes back for an rebalance, actually I'm not happy with this nail. When the clients come back for the rebalance, I don't have to file it all the way down. I would only file a little bit from the top to get rid of this French, and then I can easily infill those nails rather than trying to scrape it all the way down. Okay. So clean any dust. And I'm going to use a tiny bit of the blue scrub to clean it even more. And now we can paint the French. For painting the French, we are going to use this Color Plus gels I was talking about. So that's a Color Gel Plus and the angular brush. That's my dog is going to bark in a minute because my daughter just come back from school and the doors are shut, so he don't know who is that. That's it. Problem solved. Now he's happy probably. So I'm just mixing this red a little bit because I want my brush to absorb this red. Like I was using it before for a white and I really don't want the white to transfer into that. So I'm just cleaning my brush, but inside the bristles it has those red. Okay, and now we are going to paint the French. So to paint a nice French, we need to find the middle of the nail. And this is my middle, say, example. So you can make a small dot. And then one side going to the other side and into the V shape. So I'm pushing the product and I love it, like I love this brush because it's quite large but precise enough to do a nice French. And it's better if you start a little bit lower, so you can start pushing the product kind of the way you want it, so it's nice and beautiful. Okay, one side, then I would twist my client finger. So bring some product in, like remove it, excess of it, even nice and like messy. And then start pushing the product. And this is my middle. So once I reach the middle, but also look, this higher point is into my smile, like corners of the smile line. So one side, and then if I'm working on the other side, I would change the brush angle. And now I'm just pushing to the middle. Okay, for this design, I don't need to do a perfect smile line, so something like this will do, but I'm going to perfect it just a little bit. So if I want my smile line to be even better, I would stop talking to you guys and I would just concentrate on perfecting my smile line. Okay, I will need to go and check at different angles of the light, and I can see it now how ugly it is. And pushing the product to perfect it. You don't want to correct it, the smile line, like with this technique. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. So we've got the smile line done, and now I'm going to cook it. So put it inside the lamp. And cure it. After we cure it, we can apply the top coat and then move on into this kind of Santa fur design. And I thought it is kind of pretty and easy design for this time of the year. And you can do it in any color as well, but red and white is just those perfect colors. So a couple seconds longer, and then I can apply the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. So I'm just going to apply High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. Like when I'm painting now, I'm also capping the free edge as well. You check how the light is reflecting on your nail and then give it a cure. So I have to cure it really nice and properly now. So I'm just going to cure it exactly 60 seconds. And then we are going to go into the paint on French gel. So you could easily create the French look with any color of the Color Plus gels, or you could do the normal French. But now we are going to do the fur. And let me think what I want. Maybe this one. And I'm going to use the Indigo White Snow effect. And that's some Indigo Mermaid effect. So that's the name of the brand. I'm going to use it for this effect. And my D-liner brush, also if you didn't see it, it is a fab brush for the tile work. Really great, especially for this time of the year, like snowflakes, you know, guys, like really quick and effective designs. So my next step is to create those furry beads. So I'm taking my brush. Like you wanted it to be a little bit decent. Like you don't want it to be too thin. And just kind of follow your smile line. And then the other side. Okay, once you have indicated where you are, take your brush. It don't need to be perfect, guys, like don't need to be perfect at all. Sorry, I'm just going to clean the brush. And then start dragging it in because we need to create some fur. So I'm just going to even make it thicker. Okay, and now create those furry bits. So what you're doing is you're just dragging the product which you've got painted there. Okay, some places are longer, some places are a bit shorter. Okay, so the top part is done. And now I'm going to do it exactly the same on the bottom. Okay, drag it, drag it. So you don't need any product on your brush. It's just the product which you've got already on the line you painted you are using. Okay, and this way we have created like a really beautiful wintry design. Actually Christmassy, not wintry. And now is the time to sprinkle it for a nice and beautiful glittery effect. So I've got my cuticle pusher and I'm just going to sprinkle it one side and then other side. Please sprinkle really well. It's better you apply a little bit more product so you don't miss any place. And at this stage it looks really messy, but if you have seen me working with the sugar before, you will know that this is actually in a only temporary look, because once we cure it really well, then everything is going to look beautiful. Now, if we want the sugar effect to last really well, we need to cure it really well as well. And it has to be a 60 seconds cure. And I'm using the paint on French gel for sugaring because it does stays on. So these nails are a couple days like old, and I have been like really busy cooking and doing different bits and pieces. And you can see it, I have created kind of similar look on those nails as well. And it's no problem to use the blue scrub over it. It's no problem, like, so you can see it, like it's no problem if I take a blue scrub and just go and clean it with the blue scrub. It's not coming off. The paint on French gel has a little inhibition layer, so it's perfect for those type of designs. So you could use any kind of gel which has little inhibition layer and those kind of consistency. So a couple seconds longer, that's it, cure. And now I can just clean the excess to show you the final beautiful look. So just remove the excess of this glitter. And you can see it, what a beautiful nail we have created. So nice, and it's almost looking like a Santa hat. We could also do like a pumpkin on the top as well. And when we're finishing the nails, I will just apply the take a tiny bit of the baby wipe, clean the model skin and apply the cuticle oil. I'm not going to do it cuticle oil on this finger. I've got a separate one because then I don't want it affecting the next nails we are going to do it for you. But I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed watching this tutorial. You can hit share button for me as well. I will really appreciate, so the others can see it as well. And yeah, glittery hacks, and bye for now.